What if being a good person is biologically destroying you, not metaphorically, not emotionally, biologically? You said yes again today, and the moment you did, something inside you quietly broke. You thought you were being kind. Science says you just triggered a survival response that your body cannot turn off. Here is how deep this goes. A national YouGov survey found that nearly half of all American adults identify as people pleasers. Half the country living on empty, just to keep the peace. But here is what nobody is telling them. Every unwanted yes is a withdrawal from a biological account that is already overdrawn. Why is saying no so terrifying? This is not a personality flaw. This is an evolutionary glitch. When someone asks you for a favor, your amygdala fires. Your ancient brain cannot tell the difference between a predator chasing you and someone waiting for your answer. Both register as danger. Both demand the same response, survive. So your prefrontal cortex shuts down. Logic goes offline. And you say yes, not because you want to, but because your brain chose survival over truth. Think of it like this. Your phone is at 10%. Someone asks to borrow your charger. You hand it over. Their phone hits 100%. Yours hits 0. Now you cannot navigate home. You cannot call for help. You cannot reach anyone. That is what saying yes on empty does every single time. In 2013, psychologist Pete Walker named what happens next. He called it the Fawn response. You already know fight. You already know flight. You already know freeze. Fawn is the fourth. It is compliance as survival. Stay agreeable. Stay useful. Stay small. Maybe then the threat goes away. This was not a choice you made. This was a strategy your nervous system learned before you were old enough to know you had options. But here is where it gets genuinely dark. You think saying yes is protecting your relationships. Psychological research says the opposite. Every yes you did not mean becomes resentment, invisible, odorless, deadly. You start feeling irritated around the people you said yes to. You start withdrawing. You feel used, even though they never heard you say no. They only heard yes. The relationship you were trying to protect is being destroyed from the inside by the very yes you used to save it. And your body is keeping score. When your mouth says yes and your body screams no, your anterior cingulate cortex registers a system conflict, a constant low-level alarm. Cortisol flooding your system day after day. Dr. Gabor Mate spent decades studying this. His conclusion, chronic emotional suppression links directly to autoimmune disease, inflammation, and clinical burnout. Burnout now has its own medical code, ICD-10-Z7 3.0. You are not just tired, you are paying for politeness with your health. So what is the way out? You have to pay what psychologists call the awkwardness tax. 10 seconds of social discomfort to buy back weeks of mental peace. That is the trade, and it is always worth it. Because here is the truth most people spend their entire lives avoiding. A yes from someone who cannot say no is worth nothing. Everyone already knows it was never a choice. Make your yes mean something by making your no real. Tell me in the comments, what is one yes you gave this week that every part of you wanted to make a no? Drop it below. I am reading every single one, and if you think saying yes is your only blind spot, your brain is also being hijacked somewhere else by digital environments designed to steal your attention, your autonomy, and your ability to think for yourself. The smartest people in the room already figured this out. Click the video on your screen right now to discover the real reason high IQ people refuse to scroll TikTok. Welcome to Mind Glitch.